A thread by Carlos Osuita. There we go. President Trump will speak every night at the Republican National Convention. From CNN.com, Dan Scavino to speak at Republican National Convention. Quote, Trump campaign senior advisor Jason Miller on Sunday told NBC's Meet the Press that viewers can plan on hearing Trump, quote, speaking at various parts through each of the nights, but would not elaborate whether that meant live remarks, speeches, or pre-recorded video segments. This is brilliant on almost too many levels to count. It ensures a much larger audience. It removes expectations. It shows that Trump is not even slightly worried about winning. It demonstrates team spirit. It takes the focus off Trump the person. It illustrates the natural inevitability of a Trump victory. It is in stark contrast to Biden's single, labored performance. It allows Trump to continue campaigning. It's never been done before. That's just off the top of my head. Trump is eternally hip. He isn't dated in any way, shape, or form. He's an ageless man of today, not the past. Democrats are shackled to the past, which is long dead. Even Obama is a distant historical figure. I was thinking about the totally misunderstood military dictum attributed to Helmuth von Moltke the Elder. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. That's not what he said. What he said is far more complex. The tactical result of an engagement forms the base for new strategic decisions because victory or defeat in a battle changes the situation to such a degree that no human acumen is able to see beyond the first battle. In this sense, one should understand Napoleon's saying, "I have never had a plan of operations. Therefore, no plan of operations extends with any certainty beyond the first contact with the main hostile force." See the difference? Trump understands all that. As always, he found a third way. He plans for all contingencies. It's not hard when you're a genius. He simply figures out all the possible moves the enemy could make. The enemy will never transform into sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads, so you don't have to plan for that. In any situation, there are actually a limited number of things that can happen. During Napoleon and von Moltke's eras, their wars were totally ritualized. Real military geniuses ignore the rules and make up their own. That's what Mohammed bin Salman, as Saudi Minister of Defense, did. Trump is a military strategist in the field of politics and geopolitics. The best way to win is to present your forces with the overall plan and then delegate execution authority down to the smallest possible unit. Lieutenants and captains are tactical experts since they engage in combat with the troops. With the digitized battlefield, all the moving parts can see each other. In the Battle of Mosul, the combined arms micro teams were under tactical control of captains and lieutenants. Freelance special troops roamed the battlefield responding to requests for help. Sniper teams, machine gun squads, mortar squads, and anti-tank squads were commanded by corporals and sergeants. They went where needed. All the parts could come together and then disperse as many times as necessary. The goal was to prevent giving the enemy a large target of concentrated forces. Almost nobody knows this, but in World War II, the Japanese anti-aircraft defenses were better than the German. The boneheaded American generals insisted on classic high-altitude box formations of B-29 superfortresses making daylight raids. Just like in Europe, they got slaughtered. So Curtis LeMay was given the job of unfucking the attack formations. He ordered that all defensive armament of the bombers except the tail gun be removed. The bombers were loaded with napalm instead of high explosive bombs. They went in at night, flying individually instead of in formation. Days before each raid, We dropped warning leaflets telling all civilians that we were about to bomb their cities and that they should leave. Everything you've been told about the firebombing of Tokyo is a lie. The lack of flying formations was the key, but LeMay had to fight like an animal to get it done. He was up against people with cognitive rigidity. Curtis LeMay had the backing of the president. Trump is the president. He fires everybody with cognitive rigidity, and that is why he will always win.